Recreational marijuana in Florida could generate more sales tax revenues than alcohol and tobacco.
And a WESH Investigates exclusive report. Greg Fox takes us to North Florida, where the state's largest medical cannabis producer is growing more than weed.
It's planting a seed in voters' minds that legalizing pot makes economic sense.
I look for strains that help kind of calm things down, take the edge off.
Kim Rivers, CEO of Trulieve, talking about her favorite variety of marijuana.
Lately, I would say I really like pineapple upside down cake.
For sure, it's not your grandma's baking recipe. But it is one of the many strains cultivated inside Trulieve's flagship grow house. 400 people work here, nurturing, clipping, sorting, and labeling products that will be sold as medicine.
Trulieve is the largest cannabis producer in Florida, so it's no surprise that this processing facility outside Tallahassee is the largest anywhere in the Sunshine State.
85 acres and more than 1 million square feet under roof. As the biggest player in the medical marijuana market, Trulieve is leading the charge to let voters decide next year if recreational marijuana should be legalized. By most estimates, legalized pot would double or triple the $1.4 billion medical cannabis industry almost immediately.
Having a responsible industry that can be taxed and regulated and that's bringing, again, safe, tested product to market makes a whole lot of sense. And again, are hopeful that that folks have an opportunity to vote on it and have that as a real viable alternative for them here in the state of Florida.
An analysis of other states that legalized marijuana reveals Florida would see a minimum of $196 million annually in state and local sales tax revenue and possibly as much as $431 million. Initial cost to set up regulatory control of the industry is estimated at $20 million and $11 million annually after that. It would rival alcohol and tobacco tax revenues, with alcohol sending $340 million and tobacco $220 million in sales taxes to the state each year. But even if the state's high court allows the recreational marijuana amendment on next year's ballot, it's not a slam dunk to pass. Last week, Ohio voters approved recreational cannabis, but by 57% of the vote. In Florida, passage requires 60%.
Having success in getting it onto the ballot and in front of the voters is a win. I do think that, of course, the next phase of education will be important.
Translation: expect a TV and social media blitz to try and persuade voters that marijuana is not just for patients, but could be for everyone. Near Tallahassee, Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.
If passed by voters, recreational marijuana would be available to those 21 and older. This was the second of Greg's exclusive reports from North Florida on Trulieve's mammoth cannabis processing operation. You can see them both online at WESH.com.